Did you know that 1 in 3 Americans over the age of 65 is currently living with AMD? That's age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of irreversible vision loss in older adults. This data is sourced directly from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. What's more alarming is that over 90% of people with AMD have no idea that their everyday diet can actually slow down, or even help prevent, the progression of this disease. A major clinical trial, the AREDS-2 study, conducted by the National Eye Institute, found that consuming just 10 milligrams of lutein and 2 milligrams of zeaxanthin per day from food sources could reduce the risk of advanced AMD by up to 25%. When discussing foods for eye health, most people immediately think of carrots and vitamin A. But after the age of 60, your retina doesn't just need vitamin A. It craves nutrients like omega-3s, lutein, and zeaxanthin. These are the real game changers for aging eyes. So in today's video, I'm going to walk you through 7 of the best foods for your eyes and retina after 60, ranked from least effective to most effective. These foods are backed by science, and they can help you prevent vision loss, improve eyesight naturally, and keep your eyes healthy without relying on medications or surgery. And I'll tell you this, food number 1 is one that hardly anyone talks about, yet its benefits for your eyes are remarkable. All of the scientific references I mention are linked in the video description below, because transparency matters. But before we dive in, I'd love to know, how is your vision today? Drop a comment and let us know what you're dealing with. We read everyone, and we're here to help if you need support. All right, let's get started with number 7.
Number 7. Carrots. This is probably the most familiar name on the list for many of you. A lot of people believe that eating carrots is automatically good for your eyes, but the truth is a bit more nuanced. Carrots are rich in beta-carotene, a precursor to vitamin A, which is essential for maintaining the epithelial layer of the retina and improving night vision or vision in low-light conditions. One study published in the Archives of Ophthalmology found that people who consumed enough vitamin A from food sources like carrots had a lower risk of developing corneal disorders and dry eye symptoms. However, here's something most people don't realize. Beta-carotene doesn't directly prevent macular degeneration, and that's a very common misconception today. The reason I rank carrots at number 7 is because, while they do help with night vision and the surface of the eye, they don't do much for the retina, macula, or blood circulation within the eye, the areas that matter when it comes to long-term vision, especially after 60. Nutrients like omega-3s, lutein, and zeaxanthin are far more effective in those areas. You can eat 1 to 2 carrots a day, ideally with a healthy fat like eggs or olive oil to boost absorption. But don't rely on carrots alone. Combine them with foods rich in lutein and omega-3s that I'll be covering later in this video to get the best results for your vision.
Number 6. Eggs. This is a simple food, but it's incredibly effective when it comes to protecting your eyes and retina. You might not know this. The yolk of an egg contains lutein and zeaxanthin in a form that's very easy for your body to absorb, thanks to the natural fats present in the egg. A study from Tufts University, 2006, showed that people who ate 1 egg a day for 5 weeks experienced a 26% increase in lutein levels and a 38% increase in zeaxanthin levels in their blood, even though eggs contain less total lutein than leafy greens. So what's the secret? Bioavailability. That means your body absorbs and uses the lutein and zeaxanthin from eggs much more efficiently than from supplements, or even from cooked vegetables without fat. If you're eating spinach or corn without pairing it with eggs, butter, or healthy oils, you could be losing up to 70% of the lutein absorption. That's why I recommend adding 1 egg a day to your meals, preferably boiled, poached, or lightly pan-fried without too much oil. Try to avoid deep frying, as it can damage the nutrients and add unhealthy fats. Number 5. Corn. This familiar grain is a nutritional goldmine for your eyes, especially for the macula. the part of the retina that lets us see fine details, read, and recognize faces. Yellow corn is one of the richest natural sources of zeaxanthin, a powerful carotenoid that concentrates in the macula and helps protect it from light damage and age-related decline. According to a study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry, 2003, 100 grams of yellow corn contains up to 2.2 milligrams of zeaxanthin, which is almost equal to the daily amount recommended in the AREDS2 study to help slow the progression of macular degeneration. Unlike many leafy greens, zeaxanthin in corn remains stable even after cooking. That makes corn an ideal food for older adults who may have trouble chewing raw vegetables or digesting large salads. So I recommend including steamed or soupy yellow corn in your meals 3 to 4 times per week. To maximize absorption, pair it with a healthy fat like unsalted margarine or extra virgin olive oil. This helps your body fully utilize the zeaxanthin and unlocks even more benefits for your eye health.
Number 4. Walnuts. This powerhouse nut is often called a superfood for the brain and eyes, and it's especially helpful for adults over 60 who are dealing with poor blood flow to the eyes or retinal damage caused by diabetes or high blood pressure. Walnuts are rich in ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based form of omega-3, along with vitamin E and polyphenols. These nutrients help reduce inflammation, fight oxidative stress, and protect the tiny capillaries inside your retina, which are easily damaged in metabolic conditions. A large-scale study published in the International Journal of Epidemiology, 2019, followed nearly 34,000 older adults over 10 years. It found that people who regularly ate nuts, especially walnuts, had up to a 39% lower risk of developing retinal complications caused by conditions like diabetes and hypertension. Now, a quick note. Walnuts are calorie-dense, so it's best to enjoy just a small handful a day, and be sure to chew them thoroughly to aid digestion. I often recommend that my older patients with weakened retinal blood vessels add 5 to 7 walnut halves to their breakfast, or enjoy them as an afternoon snack. One of my 72-year-old patients had small retinal hemorrhages from diabetic eye disease. After just 3 months of eating walnuts daily and improving her overall diet, her follow-up eye scan showed no new retinal damage. Number 3. Blueberries. This tiny fruit packs a serious punch, especially for your retina, the most sensitive part of your eye, and one of the first to show signs of aging. Blueberries are rich in anthocyanins, a group of powerful antioxidants that help improve blood flow to the eyes, reduce free radical damage, and support the delicate capillaries in the retina so they function more effectively and remain stable over time. According to a study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry, 2005, just 2 hours after consuming 75 grams of fresh blueberries, antioxidant levels in the bloodstream increased by nearly 50%. That's a huge deal when it comes to preventing retinal cell damage, especially in people with a history of high blood pressure or diabetes. In my clinical experience, I once treated a 68-year-old gentleman who had mild retinal bleeding due to hypertension. By combining blood pressure control with daily blueberry intake, the damage to his retinal capillaries remained stable and did not progress after 6 months of follow-up. A quick tip: try eating a small handful of fresh blueberries, around 75 grams per day, or go for an unsweetened blueberry smoothie. And if you can, eat them in the morning to get the maximum antioxidant benefit throughout the day. Number 2. Spinach. I want to emphasize this dark leafy green, often called the natural shield for your macula. That's because spinach is packed with lutein and zeaxanthin, the 2 nutrients that concentrate the most in the macula, the part of your eye responsible for sharp, central vision used in reading, driving, and recognizing faces. According to the AREDS2 study, Age-Related Eye Disease Study 2, funded by the National Eye Institute, taking 10 milligrams of lutein and 2 milligrams of zeaxanthin per day can reduce the risk of developing advanced macular degeneration, AMD, by up to 25% in adults over 60.
Now here's the good news. Data from the USDA shows that 100 grams of cooked spinach contains about 12 milligrams of lutein plus zeaxanthin, which is enough to meet the dosage shown effective in the ARES2 study. No supplements needed. Spinach also contains vitamin C, beta-carotene, and folate, which help strengthen blood vessels and reduce oxidative stress in the retina, two major causes of vision loss in older adults. So you need to eat about 1 cup of lightly sautéed or steamed spinach each day, ideally cooked with olive oil or combined with eggs in an omelet. This boosts carotenoid absorption by 3 to 4 times. And for those who don't tolerate raw greens, well, try gently steaming the spinach for 2 to 3 minutes. It keeps most of the nutrients intact while making it easier to digest.
Number 1. Salmon. Surprised to see salmon take the top spot today? It's not just tasty. Salmon is one of the richest natural sources of omega-3 fatty acids, especially DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, which is a critical structural component of the retina. In fact, up to 30–40% of the retina's fat content is made up of DHA. When your body lacks DHA, your retinal cells can't function properly, which leads to blurred vision, dry eyes, and a much higher risk of macular degeneration, AMD. One study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, 2010, found that people who ate fish at least twice a week had up to a 38% lower risk of developing AMD compared to those who rarely ate fish. Salmon also contains EPA, another form of omega-3 that helps reduce inflammation in retinal blood vessels and protect capillaries, especially in people with diabetes, high cholesterol, or high blood pressure, all of which can raise the risk of blindness after 60. In my practice, I had a patient named John, age 70, who was dealing with diabetic retinopathy. After adding salmon to his diet 3 times a week, along with proper blood sugar control, his vision stabilized within 6 months, and we avoided the need for eye injections. To get the full benefits, I recommend eating grilled, steamed, or poached salmon 2 to 3 times a week. Avoid deep frying or heavy seasoning, as these can destroy nutrients or add harmful fats. And if you don't enjoy salmon, you can substitute it with mackerel, sardines, or a high-quality fish oil supplement, but always check with your doctor first. That wraps up our list of the 7 best foods to protect your eyes naturally. To make this message more real and relatable, let me share a true story with you about Mrs. Linda, age 67, who lives in Arizona. She came in for an eye exam because her vision was slowly getting worse, especially when reading books, using her phone, and driving at night, where she noticed a lot of glare and constant eye fatigue. She was especially concerned because her mother had gone blind from macular degeneration at age 70, and she was afraid she might follow the same path. After a retinal scan and OCT, Linda was diagnosed with early-stage dry AMD, age-related macular degeneration. She was frightened at first, thinking she might need lifelong medication. But her eye doctor reassured her. At this stage, you don't need injections or pills. But your eyes are warning you. If we change your diet and lifestyle now, we can slow this down, naturally. So the doctor guided her to eat more dark leafy greens like spinach, add salmon, blueberries, walnuts, and cut back on fried foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats. 4 months later, at her follow-up exam, her vision had stabilized. The AMD had not progressed, and more importantly, she said she felt better overall, was sleeping more soundly, and had more energy during the day. Now, if you're ready to start changing your eating habits to protect your eyes, here are a few simple but powerful tips to remember. 1. Always pair leafy greens with healthy fats, like sautéing with olive oil, mixing into an omelet, or tossing with avocado. This can boost the absorption of lutein and zeaxanthin by up to 4 times, compared to eating plain steamed vegetables with no fat. 2. Spread eye-healthy foods throughout the week. Don't try to eat everything in one day. Instead, aim for salmon 2 to 3 times a week, greens daily, and add blueberries or walnuts to breakfast or snacks. This keeps nutrients flowing steadily to your retina.
3. Avoid foods that promote retinal inflammation, like deep-fried items, animal fats, and refined sugars. These increase oxidative stress and weaken your eye's blood vessels over time. 4. Don't forget to stay hydrated and keep moving. Good circulation is key to delivering nutrients to your retina, especially if you have high blood pressure or diabetes. Don't assume blurry vision is just a part of getting older. The difference lies in your everyday meals. If you give your retina the right nutrients in the right way, your eyes can stay clear and strong, even into your 80s and 90s. We can't turn back time, but we can take control of today to protect your vision for tomorrow. Let us know in the comments. Which of these foods are you going to add to your diet starting today? We read every comment, and we're here to help if you have any questions. If you found today's information helpful, please share this video with a friend or loved one over 60 so they can protect their eyesight too. And don't forget to subscribe to Senior Health Zone for more science-backed, easy-to-understand, and highly practical videos designed just for you. We'll see you in the next video.